Guys, one horrible review can destroy your business. Here is how. A customer comes to your business, gets a horrible service, and they go on Google and they write a bad review. In this video, I want to show you how from a real life case study. So if this is your first time on my channel, my name is Wills. I teach about Google My Business, ranking, reviews, and much more. So without further ado, let's dive into this. So one bad review can scare away 30 potential customers. Despite knowing this, so many businesses, especially restaurants, don't even respond to negative reviews. I want to show you an example of a recent review of a hotel in Chicago, United States. So here is what the customer said. The hotel was dirty and smelly. The bed sheets stank, and the bed was covered in bed mites. I was kitten to pieces. I reported to the manager. He made no effort to transfer me into another room. I asked for my money back, and he refused. Banking says he did not understand English. I had to sleep with a tracksuit and you at the bottoms to minimize the bedbugs assault. I stayed in the hotel for 10 days, and 9 of them I had sleepless, restless nights. It was terrible. So based on this review, we can identify a few things. I just want to highlight a few things that customers are keen on. Number one is cleanliness. When you go to a hotel, you are paying for the service. You expect the place to be clean. Now you come across a hotel, you paid money, but it's dirty and it's smelly. Me, I cannot even stand. I cannot stand the smell of a dirty place. Number two, the equipment or tools, they're also not clean. Point number two, very important, the issue of pests and insects. It is a complete turn off to anyone. When your hotel is infested with insects, it becomes a major nightmare to customers. So despite encountering these challenges, a report was made to the manager, but what was the response? There was no response. There was no feedback. There is no guaranteed money back policy for this particular business. So this customer had to endure a lot of discomfort. Okay, he had to sleep with his tracksuit on to minimize being eaten by the bedbugs. Okay, so he had sleepless nights. Another thing that I'm forgetting is communication. The guy who was at the reception did not understand English. So this is a terrible or horrible or awful experience that this customer went through in the hands of this hotel. What is the impact of such a bad review? Number one, a bad review destroys the customer's trust. When people go to Google and they see negative, they shy away from that business. If I were traveling to Chicago, United States, I would avoid this hotel. I don't want to mention the name, but I would avoid this hotel at all costs. Simply by going to Google review, seeing what this customer said. I would not want to experience the same. So 90% of customers read reviews, and when they come across such negative reviews, they decide to go for competitors. So a single negative review can create what called doubt. Even if you have dozens of positive reviews, people, the way our human mind is wired, people tend to be attracted to what is negative. For example, you're driving somewhere and you find an accident, you are likely to stop. You are in your house, you hear noise, neighbors fighting, you will attract towards that negative. Okay. Number two impact is lost sales. So studies show that businesses are losing, or businesses lose risk, they have the risk of losing up to 30% of potential customers with just one negative review. So when you have 3 or more bad reviews, the loss of customers can climb up to 60%, and this will significantly hurt your business. Impact number 3 is ranking on Google search engine. So Google reviews will influence your local SEO ranking. When you have a consistency of bad reviews, they will signal to Google that customers are not happy. Customers are annoyed with your business. So for such a business, pushing your business will become difficult. It will go to the lower search result. It will be found at the bottom while others are being found at the top. And when your business is at the bottom, you will have fewer clicks, fewer calls, and less visibility when compared to your competitors. Last but not least is damage to your reputation. And this goes beyond Google. Take it from me, take it to the bank. Negative reviews spread quickly. People just screenshot and they can share with their friends. They can share with their followers on social media. When one single viral complaint goes viral, it can harm years of hard and credibility. Yesterday or early this week, there is a video that went viral of a Catholic nun slapping a junior nun at the institution. And the name of the institution was disclosed. When such a thing happens, this kind of behavior can damage the reputation of that particular institution. And it goes beyond Google. So you have to ensure, do at all costs try to guard your reputation. Even customers who are loyal to your business can start hesitating if they want to come back, if they see that you are not making any effort to resolve that criticism. Lastly, the morale of employees is hurt. When staff often see reviews too, they are affected. Their mind, their morale is affected. When the criticism is harsh, they lose morale in working for your organization. Okay, so employees will tend to feel undervalued, and they will feel they are blamed. For example, when sheets are not clean, when the whole place accommodation, when the whole accommodation place is smelly and has rats and rodents and bed bugs, the employees will lose morale. Over time, this can affect the quality of service, and it can spiral into a cycle of negative reviews. I don't know if you have ever heard about an experience with negative reviews. What do you think this client of mine, this friend of mine who had this in his hotel should do with this negative review? If it were you running this facility as the manager, what would you do when you come across a negative review on Google? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section.